All right, welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a good day. I finally got an outboard for the old John boat. I seen a lot on Craigslist, and the majority of them, they were kind of more money than I actually want to pay. So I decided to just go ahead and order one off the line. I ended up going with one of those. I'm not sure if it's Japanese or Chinese, but more likely it's Chinese. One of the Hangkai outboards, and I ended up getting the Hangkai 6 horsepower tiller style outboard here. I got it on Amazon, had it for about $600, but I looked on eBay because you know I'm always about saving money, and I actually found them for $400 with free shipping. So I decided to go with that. I never really intended to be blazing down the rivers and lakes, you know, in my John boat, but I did want to go a little bit faster than normal. Trolling would get me, but that's what I ended up going with. The tools that you're going to need are screwdriver. It comes with the spark plug wrench, some black tape for the connectors, you know, retaping those, 10 mil, 12 mil, some anti-seize for the spark plug, some 80/90 gear oil because you already got to fill up the lower end, and some 10W30 4-stroke synthetic oil, and that's pretty much it. Those are all the tools that you're gonna need. Oh, also the, hold on here, let me find it here. We're gonna use for the lower end a drip pan, of course, and this pump, which comes with the actual fitting that you're gonna need. It actually fits perfectly with the lower end here. You're gonna screw it into the bottom of the pump here, or the lower end here. Screw it in here, you're gonna pump it, and here's the drain hole at the top here. You're gonna pump it till it actually starts to pour out of there. Go ahead and seal it back up. Seal this one back up. There are 2 washers on the back of these. Make sure those go back on so you don't know water getting inside your lower unit. But that's it. It took maybe 2 minutes to do. You are going to have to, it comes with the spark plug in it, but I removed that and put a NGK spark plug in there. These are generally better. The ones that come with it are, I mean, they work, but they're not the best. So I opted and got an NGK spark plug. This one's specifically for lawn and garden engines, and if you look at this, it basically looks like a push lawnmower engine. So not much differently, but it should work perfectly fine. Let's see here. We'll talk about, you got your fuel tank here. It's going to be, the book recommended that you use 93. So I went ahead and got that and put in there. This is your oil fill port here. It took about almost half. So half a quart, a little more than a half a quart to fill this up. And that was pretty much it. What else did I do? There's a little lanyard here for your safety kill switch that you know, you attach to yourself. If you ever come, you know, fall out the boat while you're driving it, this should be attached to you. It'll kill the engine if you have it attached to you. Here is the throttle. Sometimes the sticker is backwards, so you just gotta pay attention to that. You can actually look and see on the other side how the throttle cable moves here. Of course, if you're going that way, it should indicate higher RPM. A lot of things that I see a lot of people forget to do is attaching some type of lanyard to your outboard, especially these tiller style ones. Just in case it falls off, you'll be able to catch it, but there is actual hole here for it. You just got to figure out where to hook it up on your boat. But I got this little dog chain for right now, but I'm probably gonna get a beefier cable. Here is the shift linkage that will just drive, and then neutral. There is no reverse. You just simply turn the engine around if you want to go into reverse. Simple as that. Let's see here, and that is pretty much it. It is have a pump here for the actual carburetor, 3 times the recommended amount. Once you do that, we're going to spin it around here and give it a start. Make sure you have it right here. There's got a little red set in here. Make sure it lines up with that hole. And that is it here. It is pretty quiet. I thought it would be louder, but it is pretty quiet for the most part. I mean, I think it's quiet. It is extremely quiet. But I think it'll get the job done. You see it going here. And you have a kill switch right here as well. Just press that button and it shuts it off. So there is a aluminum prop on here. It's not plastic like I thought it might be. It is actually plastic here. There's a carder pin. It comes with an extra carder pin in the packaging. So if in case you lose it, you know you have another one to put there. I would recommend getting another prop and carrying a couple of these carder pins. But that's that. Let's see here. To allow your prop to move forward, or your outboard to move forward, you just depress that little metal lever there, and that's so it'll do that. Let's see here. It has 2. These are actually, I mean, this is good aluminum too. It is all aluminum, but it's a better quality aluminum if you ask me. And you got these 2 things here to tighten them down. But overall, I like it so far. I'm gonna get this thing out in the water and test it out. But not bad at all. Not bad at all. Here's the adjustments for your trim. I don't really know exactly what's the right trim for my boat, but I got it on the number 2 setting from the bottom, from left to right. And I'll just kind of test it out a few times to see which one works better. But to adjust the trim, you would have to take this nut completely off and pull the pin out from the other side. And you move this whole piece here up and down. So it's kind of a fixed trim. So whichever setting works best for you and your boat, you just kind of play around with it. My transom kind of goes at an angle. So there are John boats that have them that go straight up and down. So you got a little adjustability there. So yeah. But this pretty much is going to complete my John boat build, and I'm ready to put it on the water. I've done pretty much everything. If you've been following my channel, I did a few upgrades within the boat. If you haven't seen those, I just recommend just going to my channel and checking them out. But yeah, the actual manual that comes with this is not bad at all. Typically when you get these engines and stuff like this from overseas, the manuals are not the best, but this one was actually pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. I was able to read all the way through and understand all of the procedures and stuff like that. Yeah. The 10 mil and 12 mil wrenches, the size of the bolts that are on there, I recommend that you go through and just give them each one of all the bolts on there kind of a good snug to make sure they're tight. You do have this wire right here. I don't really know the quality of this connector right here, but I recommend just going through and go ahead and taping that up, just to prevent any corrosion in the water in there, stuff like that. Other than that, that will be the purpose of my the black tape. And the throttle, I guess you call it governor screw, is right here. It's just going to be this screw right here. I recommend during the break-in time period to leave it adjusted all the way out for the most part, pretty much how it comes from the factory. Once you reach the 10-hour break-in period, then I guess you can adjust the governor a little bit, governor screw, to allow it to reach a higher RPM. As you see, it makes contact with that screw. It doesn't allow it to go so high, but for the first break-in period, I would say leave it right there. This is your throttle screw right here. So you want it to, your idle screw, I'm sorry. If you want to adjust your idle, it'll be right here. But other than that, it's pretty simple, like a lawnmower. That's another reason why I decided to go with this style and not the traditional type looking outboard. I thought it would be pretty simple. Like I said, I'm looking to get maybe 6-7 miles per hour on the water. Most of the areas that I fish are not really giant lakes or anything, or for the most part, I've already got mapped out all my hot spots for fishing. So if I decide to go with a bigger engine, I will. But for right now, for the waters that I fish, I really didn't need a bigger outboard. I was shooting for like a 10 horsepower to 15 horsepower, but I decided to just go with something around this. Now it does say it's 6 horsepower, but we actually look at the manual, is rated to be around 5 horsepower. So just know it's technically a 5 horsepower outboard. So, but yeah, just stay tuned for the next video. I'm probably gonna put this thing in the water tomorrow and see how it does. I'm trying to reach 5 hours of break-in here in the garage. So probably, you know, I can give you a little bit better video on how this thing pushes this boat in the water. This is a fully decked out job boat. It's pretty heavy. It's wood. I use wood decking, so it's not a light boat. So if you're trying to compare your boat to mine to see what would be the right outboard for yourself, just stay tuned for that video, and hopefully I can help you in buying the correct boat for yourself, or the boat engine for yourself. So thanks for stopping by. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video.